guys, we are in the kitchen today and we are making a Cuban style oxtail, and hopefully it all turns out okay because I've never tried it, but it should be delicious. So let's get to it.
Yum.
So here I have some oxtail. It's about 4 pounds of oxtail that I've already marinated. Now the recipe that I found online said that you needed to marinate for 8 hours. So in the marinade I have about a 1/3 cup of olive oil. I've got about a 1/4 cup of vinegar, which would substitute for the wine that this recipe called, but I'm not going to open up a bottle of wine for 1/2 cup.
No, sir.
No, 1/4 cup. So I use vinegar instead. I use apple cider vinegar. I have about a 1/4 cup of water. I have half a lemon in there. No, a lime. Sorry, half a lime. And I have salt and pepper to taste. And so I put that in a bowl with the oxtail and let that marinate in the fridge for about 8 hours. And so what you're seeing here now is that I've already drained off the marinade and I put it into the oven on a flat cookie sheet with some foil lining it and baked it off for about 45-50 minutes at 525 degrees. All that did was just brown off the oxtail and get rid of some of the extra fat. Now keto, we love fat, but this had a little bit too much for us. So if you're doing it at home, you can brown the meat in the pan after you drain off the marinade, or you could just throw it into the oven like I did. Either way, it all works. Or also from this state, you could put it into what do they call it? Not a crock pot. Is it a crock pot? With the lid.
That would be a pot?
No, with a timer.
Oh. That would be a slow cooker?
Yes. You can also make this in a slow cooker, but we're going to do it on the stove today. So I'm just holding on to the oxtail here, and we're just going to start on the pot some of our seasonings to get ready to make this awesome oxtail.
Yum.
Ooh, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
So over here, I've just got some onions, some garlic, and this is a seasoning pepper. It's not spicy at all. I just wanted to use it because I thought it would be fun to have it in there. It's normally called a pimento pepper. They stuff it into like olives too. So it's not spicy at all. You can omit this if you want to. I'm just going to give everything a fairly rough chop to put into our pan. And I'm just going to chop all that up and get working on the garlic. You don't need to spend a lot of time on the chopping for this because it's going to be in the pot for a long time. Oxtail is a very hardy meat. It's very tough because it's the cow tail and that's moving all the time, so the meat's kind of tough. So it does need a little extra loving on the stove top or on or in your slow cooker. So I'm just going to put that to clear off my cutting board into my pot here. And I'm going to add about half an onion for the amount of meat that I have. I'm not a huge fan of onion in general, so I'm just going to do about 1/2 of an onion here because it does add carbs. Now the reason why we're making oxtail is because I was thinking about it so much. I don't know why, it just kept on popping into my mind, and normally I would make this the West Indian way, which is based off of a browning sauce, which is essentially oil that's been burned, sugar that's been burned in oil, which gives it that dark brown color. But obviously I was not willing to waste oxtail trying it with erythritol, so I was like, okay, let's try it the Cuban Spanish way, which is a tomato based sauce. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to take my half onion and dump that in there as well. Probably be good if I turned on the stove, but you know, small detail, small detail. Got that on medium heat. I'm going to add a little bit, like a tablespoon, tablespoon and a half of olive oil to that. I've got my wooden spoon. And we're just going to cook this until the onions are translucent and everything is soft. And then we'll add our oxtail into the pot. But we're just going to... So yes, we've got our onions, our pimento pepper, and 4 or 5 cloves of garlic in here, sauteing in a little bit of olive oil. You add too much olive oil because the oxtail has tons of fat on it, and that will just make your pan pretty oily. So I have a Sazon Accento packet here. It's got no carbs in it. It's basically their onion, cilantro, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, all ground up into a powder, which gives it that lovely, authentic Spanish flavor.
Show everyone the box.
So this is the box here.
Sazon.
And I got this in my local grocery store because I was going to buy the frozen Sazon, but that just comes into too big a container for this one dish. So I'm just going to add it at this point to my seasonings. There's one packet. You can add more or less if you want to. Yeah, just let that go a little bit longer. And while that's doing over here, I'm going to grab my oxtail and get ready to add that to this in a minute or so. So you're going to need, since it's a tomato-based dish, you're going to need tomato sauce. And so I've got the Hunt's pasta sauce with no added sugar. Oddly enough, I can't get this in my local grocery store, so I did have to order it online. I will provide a link down below for this in case you're having a hard time finding it. But it's pretty good, I hope. So that's going. We're just going to open this bad boy up. Get ready to add our oxtail to this. Aren't you excited for oxtail?
I am.
It's been a long time since we've had oxtail. So right, so our onions are looking good. They're starting to get a little bit of char on them.
Cat's getting excited too, look. All right.
Alright, so we're going to just add in our oxtail that's been browned already in the oven.
Yum, yum, yummy. Look at that.
And just give it a little bit of a toss. Everything gets a little bit of that onion, garlic, pepper, Sazon love in there. That one's going to pop out. Okay. So just give it a little stir. And to that, I'm going to add about half of this can of tomato sauce. Tomato sauce in there, and then I'm going to add 1 box of beef stock. Since I have a bit of meat here, with the beef. And last to the pot right now, we're going to add a bay leaf. Now this is not some sort of dodgy bay leaf. This is bay leaf that we get from back home. So if you just take a look at the size of these, they're pretty large. So obviously I'm only going to use 1 of these, but for your standard bay leaf that you can get in the grocery store, you probably need about 2. So I'm just going to stick that in there for it to simmer. Make sure that most of the meat is covered by the beef liquid I have in here. Just push it all down. And then we're going to put on our lid securely, put it out on medium, and this will probably need to boil for about 40 minutes to an hour. You just want to make sure you're coming back to check and making sure that there's enough liquid in here. You know when it's done when you can stick a fork and just pull it right off of the bone. So we're just going to let this cook for the next 40 minutes to an hour, checking on the liquids, and we will be back when this is closer to being done. Hey guys, so it's been about an hour, 40 minutes, almost 2 hours that we've had this boiling here, and if you have forgotten, we are making Cuban Style Oxtail, keto friendly of course, and here's where we're at.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. So what ended up happening in the hour and a half, 2 hours, I ended up adding another Sazon packet. And also I had forgotten to add my Spanish olives. Now the original recipe, which I'll link down below, had capers, but when I was looking between capers and olives, you actually get more fat. With the olives, so I decided to add that. So I let that boil away. I had to add water once halfway through the boiling, but now we're at a place where it's looking good, and I can't wait to serve this up. So exciting. So I'm just going to serve this up so you can see it outside of the pot. So we have some olives in here. We have garlic and onion, sazon, and some tomato paste, and beef stock and a bay leaf, and that's how we have been cooking down this awesome Cuban style oxtail. Sorry, is it fogging up the camera?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's our Cuban style oxtail, completely keto free, and I will try my hardest to give you some macros for this, but this looks delicious and I can't wait to eat it. I'll probably have some cauliflower rice, or if you want to do like broccoli, roasted broccoli with this. It is a great dish. It smells delicious and I can't wait to dig in. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because we have tons of awesome dishes coming your way. So try them out and hit that subscribe button down below. Thumbs up or comment below if you have a dish that you're kind of thinking about trying and you would like to see how I do it. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye!